And welcome to another stream, Being the Beacon with Dark Maestro. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully your guys' week was awesome, as mine was great. Oh yeah, it's time. It's time for another stream, guys. Let's do this. Hopefully all is well with everybody else. We got the usuals in the chat here. We got Coffee Lady, who was waiting in the beginning. We got Will and Bob. Heck yeah. And Vinny is here. Yeah. So Coffee Lady asked if I played all the instruments in that intro song there, and I did not. Originally, I just had as an acoustic guitar song. It was the very first one I ever wrote when I was 18, and so that's me on the acoustic there doing that. And then also the keyboard where you kind of hear like the organ in the background there. That's me as well. But beyond that, it was everyone else. So my mom identified the drum part on a program called Cubase, 15 years ago, and she spent a ton of time tweaking that in order to make it work with the song. My dad played the bass, and then my brother had a secondary acoustic guitar part that he added into that as well. So it was a family effort for sure. So Bob, you got the Trooper invite coming up on Saturday. Man, I am so sad that I will not be able to go with you guys. You guys have put in so much work for that, and I am so looking forward to what you guys are going to be able to do out there. It's a good show. It's a good show, and you guys make it sound really good too. Yeah, that's coming up this week. So the week. So we have week 4 down of the Racking Project. Oh yes, 4 weeks down, and I got 2 weeks and 1 day to go. 2 weeks and 1 day. It's going pretty well. So we had the 5th member of the Divisional Operations Support Team come to visit this last week. What's up, Matt? Welcome to the chat, dude. It's good to see you. And his name was Matt as well. This is the second Matt that we got. And so he's got a big beard, just like the last guy had a really big beard, and just pretty solid. The guy's from the southeast. I think he's from New Albany, if I remember right. And he helped me out a ton. It was great. Things went really well. We jived pretty well. He's not nearly as outspoken as the other guys that we're visiting, but in a good way. Like he puts his head down and he works. He works hard. So we were able to make magic happen this week. It was good stuff. We also had a visit from our divisional manager this week while I was off on my 2.5 days of rest. All Matts should have big beards. Yes, this is true. What's interesting is that the previous Matt, his name is Matthew Michael, and then his last name on top of that, which is weird because that's what I was going to name my first son. And it was weird because we were talking about that story, and he told me his name. I said, no way. There's no way, man. So, yeah, that was the same guy that I witnessed to a week and a half ago that I told you guys about. Yeah, so the visit happened, and they were loving everything, and I wish I could have been there, but they told me that if I showed up, they would have been mad at me because I'm working too many hours as it is anyway. So I said I will gratefully take my day off. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I can do something like this, you know. Oh, man. Yeah, just taking care of home stuff at this point, you know, getting ready for the winter season. So in Wyoming, the winter here is brutal, very brutal. So sometimes it can start as early as the beginning of October, and you'll get like 6 inches of snow, or as late as Thanksgiving. But the snowstorms that we get can range anywhere from just like a little dusting with lots of wind to 30 inches in 1 day and lots of wind. But the common denominator is lots of wind. So, you know, just getting ready for that. Got new tires for the car. Made sure that it's actually going to be able to survive the snow. Bob, you're excited to see members from Central at University of Wyoming. I think they're excited to see you guys. I was talking with Jeef and Elliot about that, and they're really excited because they get to perform for you guys too. As long as there's not a ton of wind this year, then the bands actually get to stay and watch. That's going to be a lot of fun. Their show is pretty cool. Their Metallica show that they've got. Oh yeah. I was listening to it when they were still doing their summer camp, and it was really good. It was really good. Yeah. Then What else? What else is going on? Oh yeah, my whole family's sick. We all got colds. I've got a little bit of a cough, so if you hear me hacking up a lung, it's okay. I've got water. We'll be good. Took some Mucinex to hopefully abate that cough just a little bit today. Can they play Ride the Lightning? That's not the song. That's not one of the songs that they're doing, but I imagine they could. No, they did Master of Puppets, Enter Sandman, and then there's 3 others that they did. I don't remember the names. But those 2 were very good. Very good. Yep. So also, for this stream in the middle part, we're going to change it up today. We're going to do a reading of The Road to Emmaus, and then just kind of talk about it for a little bit after we, once we get to the break. Your Uncle Buck loves Metallica. There's a lot of people that love Metallica. They make some really good music. They make some very good music. So what's going on in your guys' neck of the woods? How's everything in your all lives? How's church? How's all the things? Tell you what I'm looking forward to is in a couple weeks, once I'm done working the overnights, I can actually come back to, being alive during the daytime instead of trying to sleep when the sun's up. That's really weird. I mean, when I was on night shift as it was, like I did do a lot of sleeping after sunrise, but this is totally different. Like I'm coming home like between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and then I sleep until 8. That's just what? I get pretty tired, probably right around 10 a.m., 9 a.m. That's when it really starts to hit me. Hour 12, 13, 14 at work-ish, right around there. You've been studying, I'm studying it like a Hispanic person. You've been studying the American Indian War? Very good history to learn. Yeah. Yep. History is fun. Once you get to the good meaty stuff and you start learning about all the good and the bad that was happening all at the same time, it paints the whole picture. It's really kind of impressive how much things just repeat as the years go by. But anyway, I'm looking forward to coming back to days because then I can actually go start playing music again. I can go back to the worship band at church, which I have not been able to do this entire time. And they've just been doing without a drummer. They actually just took the drums off the stage for 2 weeks because they just knew they had nobody, so they didn't take the time to reset it back up. I feel bad. But, work pays the bills at this point, so hey. But then after that as well, marching season, we've got the state that's coming up. I'll be able to head out to Casper with them for that. And then after that, I'll be able to rejoin the LCCC Wind Ensemble and start playing the clarinet again. That'll be nice. Matt says, we talked about how to live for Jesus at church, and I'm feeding my quail at the moment. You have a quail? Like an alive quail, not an unalived quail? I didn't know that you could have quail as a pet. That's a new one. That's a big new one right there. Yep. About to eat stuffed bell peppers for dinner. Oh my gosh. Those are really good. Anytime my wife makes those, it's just gotta have like 9 of them. Coffee Lady says, so sad when there's no drums. Oh, that's so true. You don't get to feel the thumping that's on the chest right there. And Bob says, I'm gonna be busy for 3 Saturdays in a row. Wow. Well, what's going on next Saturday then? I wasn't aware of that. $50 quail. You have 50 quail? So you just do you just grow them or something? Is that what it is? I decided to just post up on the floating ship here, so I could take a good screenshot of what we want to do with this. So I did a lot of work once we finished the stream last week, and I worked on this tube a lot more. I'm not 100% satisfied with it, but I'm getting there. Pickled quail eggs. I have to say that is a sentence I did not expect to hear today. Pickled quail eggs. Okay. So I've finished building this all the way down, and I got the glass tube all the way around it, and I drained it out, guys. I did a lot. So I did a really good gradient here, and I had to move the whole thing because I didn't like how straight it was. You guys remember last time? Oh, you were busy for 2 Saturdays in a row, and then this will be your 3rd. Ah. That's right, because last Saturday was homecoming. Uh-huh. What was the Saturday before that? I don't remember that one. Anyway, so yeah, I transitioned this down all the way. So I kept the sides the same, where I did the polished basalt, the tough bricks, and then, you know, the cyan glass. But I switched from birch to pale oak, down to the diorite with a little bit of calcite mixed in there, which I thought was really neat. Then the stone stuff and a little bit of andesite. And then switched over to the prismarine as the sun covers up all the glass to kind of cast that cyany glow on everything. So I still need to get the light sources in here, just the torches are temporary. And then this is walled off here. This is going to be another path. There's some water there. Fascinating. Okay. So streaming solo today. Mr. Cake, he's down in downtown Cheyenne doing the symphony for the youth symphony today. So he's not joining us on this stream. But that's okay. That just means you and I can talk a lot more. I put away my water bucket somewhere. There it is. Got it. We're good. That's some nice glasses you got there, buddy. Excuse me. You were at the children's village to show off the instruments. So glasses, and you got coins on top. Mr. Moneybags over here. Watch out. Yeah, so I added on the the wood struts and braces that go all the way down. Actually, let me just show you from the outside here so you guys can see it. Oh, that's going to be neat being able to fly out of that. Running solo today, that's right. Yeah, so I actually did it real. Put the supports in there so you can see, like, oh, this doesn't just, you know, float. It actually is supported just like everything else there. So I need to finish getting the light sources, but we're getting there. Yeah, so you can kind of see how it like bulges and comes out here. I'm not sure how I feel about that bulge. So I might rework that a little bit. It kind of seems like it maybe is a little big, but it's fine. The other part that I'm not sure about doing is, do I want to have it where the glass actually just stays flat here? Like you can kind of see like the buttons that I've got on top of the wood out there, so nothing else spawns all in this section. Do I want to actually bring it up and have this like be a grand glass entrance into the tube? I don't know. I haven't decided. Matt says, yeah, I hatch them and sell some to make extra income. Farm life, bro. Nice. Very nice. Oh, you were at the Children's Village on September 13th. Ah, I see. Okay. Cool. That is cool. So I wanted to start off the stream with getting one more set done. We've done a set of stream, and I want to keep going. So we've got the set of 4 over here, 2 of 2. I think we need to do another set of 2, but I'm not sure what 2 I want to do. I'm trying to rhyme apparently. Did we ever get the Dune and the Eye? I don't think we ever did we? Yeah, we got Bolt Flow, Host, Wayfinder, Shaper, and Razor, Ward and Silence, and then Snout, and Rib. So what's next? What's next? We still need to take care of the Spire. That's the one that's from, that's the only one from the end, all by itself. Okay. And we got these 2. And then we got these 5 that are left. Got the Tide, the Coast. Those are the 2 water-themed ones. Wild and Vex and Sentry. Those 3 are together. And then this one's all by itself. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that by itself. Yeah, let's do a poet, and I did not know it. That's right. Let's do these ones here. Let's get these ready. I don't think I have enough diamonds. But guys, I think I only have 38 in my wallet here. I don't have a ton, but I think I have a ton at the OG base that I can go grab. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a lot. Nope. So how are we going to duplicate these? So sandstone and endstone. Those are the two. Oh, I've got plenty, Matt. Will, at the other base. So I'm just going to go boat over there and go get a ton. I think I have 2 stacks of diamond blocks sitting over there from all the mining expeditions that we've done in the past. So let's go take a look-see. What does a man have to do to get a copy of the fine rib trimmed, good sir, friend of mine? You know, I'm not sure. What do you have in mind there? I'm not sure exactly what I want to do next. I know I'm going to be working on this path for a long time. And when I say a long time, I mean it's probably a few days. Right around there-ish. The setup I have is awesome. You like it a lot? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, the diamonds are here. Sweet. Let's just go take 32 of them. Think that'll be good for now. Nice work on the tunnel. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so we still need to build a full-size kelp farm. And that's going to be kind of what that next Y goes to, I think. Ish. And then we can use that to connect up to the big path that's going to go off eastwards towards Kenz's base and towards Will's base and the OG stuff. Tell you what I do need is I'm going to need a decent amount of netherite. And in order to finish off my trim display to get netherite sets for everything, I don't have that much. I know Cake has a ton. But I don't know if he had plans to use that or if he was just having some to have some. Okay. Time to do some duplication. So we'll go grab the sandstone and the endstone. Do we actually have endstone out here yet? I can't remember if I moved that end material out here. I think I did. Not on this side. That's bone blocks. There's the sand. And there's the sandstone. Perfect. You've been adding to the North Hall. And as you got through it, mass storage has been the main focus as of late. I can see that. Mass storage is a good thing. Man, I thought I had endstone right over here. I'm not seeing it though. That's a bunch of leftovers that didn't filter for some reason. Okay, let's just go ahead and split this up here. Get what we need. We can get the copies of the dune. Let's go with 12. That looks good to me. If I go to Coconut Castle, I'll see a road that you've been working on, and it's almost to the sea. I'll go mark the chords at the end of the road I've built so far. Nice. Okay. Cool. So we got the ready. We need to get the end stone so we can finish it off. Let's just go do that. This song is such a happy song. I love it. I'm still getting used to having all the ghast fly around everywhere. You could even say I'm aghast at the situation. Almost down. Almost down there. Come on, let's go. Well, let's see if I have some over here. I'm pretty certain I got like, I don't know, 6 stacks or something like that from the ends. For the times I didn't die. The ends has scared me a lot. Every single time I've gone out there, like the last 2 or 3 times I've died. Just from randomness. It's not... You remember the Enderman when we first went out there? Do you remember the Enderman? I do. It was very traumatic. Alright, let's go take a look-see. I think I have the end stuff over here. And chest. Aha! Yes. Let's go make 11 copies. Think that'll work. You know, we could make another slicer for that. We could just bring it over instead of having it here. Yeah. Take the purple with us at the same time. Sweet. Okay. And we can make our copies. And we want 12 total. There it is. Sweet. So now we can put our extra diamonds away until the next round. Yeah. Making these is slightly expensive, it turns out. But it's okay. We're almost done making all the copies that we would need. Okay. Just making sure I have what I need there. And I do. Let's take Shrimp Gumbo out and we'll go for a ride again. I love this, man. Like, we got the first little lighthouse right there, and then the dragon in the background. It's got the vines that are still growing on it there with the glowing eyes. Man, it's something else.
This is a Bose moment. You've been there. Small talk's going nowhere.
I don't know what a Bose moment is, but I have some headphones from them, and they're amazing. My dad found some QC Sport earbuds, and then gave them to me from her birthday after nobody claimed them. They're like $300 headphones, and they work out, man. They work really well. Although there was a moth that was flying around in my room and trying to hit me, and it landed on my face, and so I tried to smack it, and I smacked the headphone. So it lost some bass capability after that point. I hate bugs. I can't exist with them. I really struggle with that. And really, it's just the bugs that fly that get to me. Like, the other bugs are fine, just not the flying ones. We're gonna set these down over here just so they're out of the way. Because we're gonna have to move all of this. You're at the end of the road, 1932, 523. 1932, 523. Got it down in the chat. It goes so far all the way to the castle or the OG base. Heck yeah, dude. Nice. Suppose I don't need to have 2 crafting benches over here, do I? Okay. Let's go ahead and take these and put them away just for now, temporarily, while we can go put everything else back. So this guy's been showing up on my feed for YouTube recently named Ambiguous Amphibian. And he does a lot of SimCity stuff, which was one of my main jams back when I was a wee little boy. So I've been watching him a lot, and he does a lot of SimCity 4 videos, which I really enjoyed because I played that a lot. But he had a stream where he did a lot of regular SimCity, where he's played like 2.5 hours on there. So I was trying to watch that ahead of time, and that game I played so much, and it kind of hurt me to watch him how he was playing that game and butchering it because he just didn't understand any of the mechanics. It's kind of funny. His videos are actually pretty good though. I enjoy them. All right, come on now. Got a spot for the purper. Here we go. Those cords are the last place you stop making the road. It's almost to the edge of my waters, but just a bit further. Okay. I wanted to take the scenic route when I was making mine, so we'll see how that lines up for sure. All right, we've got to move all of this stuff over. So let's make room in our inventory so we can do this easily. Probably be easier if we just took out a couple of chests first, I think. Well, that works. That's not the one I meant to take out, but there we go. That's the one. All right, we'll take our leftover chests and put those away. Yeah. Gotta make sure everything is organized, otherwise it falls apart, and that's no bueno. Fall apart is a good character for a cartoon show, but not how it is that you design a base. Nope. Why do I have lime glass that was in that chest? That makes a whole lot of no sense. Get all the quartz out. I think we're gonna need to go get some more of that. And the glass can go in there. Yes. Almost there. Tacos fall apart. Tacos fall apart if you've taken too long to eat them. Okay, let's get that straight. And that should never happen. A taco falling apart is a taco unloved. Okay? Make that a quote. Okay. Then we can get the stony stuff. A little bit more glass. Is that everything? It is. Good. So it's all moved over. That is awesome. Good. Okay, so then we just want... Do we want to just have a 2 wide there? I think that's going to be the best bet. We're probably going to have to tear that down in order to make this work. Tacos fall apart just like life sometimes. This should never happen. Never! Alright, so... this needs to be recessed a little bit, I think. Yes? Let's get our stuff out. So we need the pillars. We're going to need some more of the prismarine. Yeah. Do we want to just try to lay it out like so? It have a 1 block gap and go from there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. We can take our wood and fill in the hole. Let's do it. And then we'll need to get some more of these, because we don't have enough. Yes, let's go. A dream is a wish. A dream is, I wish I didn't have to listen to those commercials. Interesting. So maybe this needs to be redone then. I think it does. We can do that. For sure. There's the blocks. Yes. Sweet. Hi. I forgot how to go up blocks apparently. There we go. That works. Yeah. Okay. We need another stair in order to complete that. One more. And then we can get the fences up. Mm-hmm. There we go. What is y'all's opinion on there being giant trees back 2,000 years ago? You believe there was, and that angels cut them down before the flood. Interesting. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Okay, so we need 2 end rods. And one of these guys. We got end rods staged. Yes. And then we'll need a bunch of black glass. And I need 2. Okay. So now we'll get the end rods after we get the lights, yes? Okay. Oh, I need the actual blocks. I forgot. So we need 1 end stone and then 1 sandstone. Because they look very different, okay? You remember that. We're supposed to have the quartz blocks on either side of that, yes. And then we can have the sandstone and the end stone, the end rods, and the black glass. And then the smoke got to me. I hope I don't have bronchitis. That would suck. Okay. You know, I think we can do something different with this, where we can make it like the nicer versions of the stuff. We still have the stone cutter right here, y'all. The end stone, we can just do regular stone breaks. But this one, though, we can do the chiseled sandstone. Yes. There we are. Better. Okay, so all that's left is just the toppers that are there. Mm-hmm. Whoa, I think I just missed a whole bunch of chat right there. The oxygen in the air was more prominent. Insects like dragonflies were 10 times the size. All because of the oxygen. Then Coffee Lady says, do you think that's what Wyoming's Devil's Tower is? I've heard that theory before. That is the thought. I thought that too. And I mean dragonflies the size of people. Y'all remember the show Dragonflies? I don't. Flight is might. I do. The Devil's Tower is one example in my opinion. You put the toy on the spinny thing and it's shot up and helicoptered. Oh, I remember those. All right, let's get that Prismarine so we can finish this off and then we can go get started on our path. We're going to need a lot. Let's just go ahead and take... Oh, there's a whole stack right there. Hi. Hello. You know, I have to say, before this season, I never really used rockets quite so liberally. Like, the last several weeks, I've been using so many that it's okay, because we got this massive farm. And then we also have this other massive farm right over here. It's like unlimited power. There we go. Oh, wait, we need those signs, right? Where did we put those? On top? Okay. And then we also just need the regular... Yes. Let's go ahead and take them out. We'll go to town. We'll leave one of each in there. I cannot believe how long it took us to find the dune. So we've got the dune here. Dune. And then eye. Maybe we could make their eyes blue, like in Dune. That's always an option, right? Where did I put that? There it is. Boom. Okay. And now it's time for the armor stands and the armor. And these two are just going to face forward like normal.
Welcoming a new baby is an
That is a lot of
incredible
ads that I'm
journey.
getting. Yep, sure is. The Book of Enoch is one example that I have found, along with Daniel and another. Yeah, so the Book of Enoch is one of those apocryphal books, and that's because it doesn't jive with the rest of the Bible. It talks about some things that don't make sense. Like, I think it's a good historical book, but when it comes to like taking words from that to say this is theology, I think that's dangerous. But I think definitely like it references the Watchers in other places as well. Where's Barley when I need her? She would know exactly where this verse is, but there's another spot later on where it talks about the Watchers besides just in Enoch. I need to unmute the music. Galoshes? Galoshes are those things like mucklucks, you know? You wear them on your feet, and they keep you all warm at night. All right, let's get these ready to go here. We'll get the 2 legging sets. We need 2 chest plates. Don't need any more of those. We need the booties, galoshes, that is. And 1 more helmet. Okay. So blue would probably go well with this. At least for the eye, maybe. I'm not sure. Daniel chapter 4. Okay. Enoch? No, Enoch is not a book in the Bible. It was not part of the canon. Trying to think, what color should we do? Like with these, because of the Badlands and the terracotta that's there, we did the yellow, and it kind of had like this orangish tinge that was to it. Okay, I think I've decided. I want to do the eye blue, and then Dune I want to do orange with copper. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I need to go get copper from over yonder. I'm getting better at that, where I don't keep hitting my head. Alright, so we just need 4. Or is that supposed to be the resin? Because the resin goes all the way orange, right? Oh, I'm having a hard time remembering now. Did I put that in my nice Richides box? I think I did. Nope. I did not. Where would that be? Where, oh where would that be? Well, let's get one of the armors ready. So we're gonna get the Dune. No, eye is gonna be blue. That's what we decided. Yes. Okay. I'm doing this right. There we go. Okay. That's good. You can get the eye on there. Whoop. I'm not close enough. There we go. Okay. Now, do I really want to do the copper, or did I actually want to do the resin? I think maybe the resin. Nebuchadnezzar's dream of a tree. Nebuchadnezzar was at home in my palace, contented and prosperous. I had a dream that made me afraid, and as I was lying down in bed, these images came. Yeah. Well, that's good. I think it's good to question things from time to time. Absolutely. So we're done with the eye. We can go put that back. We just need to find the resin. I know we had some. I remember Matt gave us a bunch from his farm. I just have to remember where I put it. Not in there. Is it going to be at the OG base? I think it's going to be at the OG base. Oh, no worries, Matt. You're fine. Yeah, I believe that the truth is somewhere in between. Somewhere in the middle. From what I've seen, anyway. Going through the story of Nebuchadnezzar's dream. That's good stuff. Oh, is this where I put it? Yes. All right, sweet. See, it was on the way to the OG base, just not at the OG base, okay? A little tiny baby gasped. If we don't like this color, we can always change it. But I'm thinking the orange is what we need to do. So it kind of reflects the desert, the deserty ways. And resin does nothing. Got it. Okay. I thought it did, and it does not. Okay, so let's just do it the old-fashioned coppery way. Here we go. So I think I did copper on that one. Let's see how this looks. Oh, wow. They're similar. Would you look at that, huh? What is this music? Are we in a movie? I know, this seems really epic, doesn't it? Need to drink some water. I feel a cough coming. That little cello in the background there? Oh, yeah. It's like a high cello or a low viola. Pretty certain it's cello. Cello, it's a bass. What's with the cape? Are we going to the opera? I'm sorry, and what's with the cape? Are we going to the opera? I don't think so. Night at the museum. Is that the Smithsonian? Is that what it is? In a world of squares, one maestro builds. That's right. Excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and tear this down, and we can put it away, so it's not going to be in the way for when we go to build the next sets. Whoop. Oh no. I broke the floor. It's bad. Don't do that. I need to be careful about this, that I don't accidentally cause mobs to spawn because I removed the light source. That could be a problem. I didn't drop anything, did I? No, I did not. Okay. It should be enough. We got that torch there. Yeah. I think it's going to be good. Rated G for good. Did I get you sick? I don't know. That's okay. It was worth it. Put the black glass away. And the end rods. Sweet. I'll put that away too. Mm-hmm. The resin clump. So now it's time to get going on the path. So I kind of need to walk you guys through kind of what my thoughts are, and then we can get started. So we have, this map that shows kind of the pathway back to home, more or less. We got Kenzie's base that's off over that way too. But we have this massive shoreline, which is really pretty. All right. So this is where we are right now. We've got the Guardian farm, got the Gunpowder farm, our little what's that called? Sugarcane farm there, our storage system, all those things. So the OG base, remember, is all the way over there. So Will, yeah, no, that'd be great, Will. I would love that. Will's been building a road from the Coconut Castle range all the way down-ish over here. So I wanted to kind of build a path that would split and go over to Kenz's area. And then also split and kind of follow maybe the river kind of thing to connect with the other road that Will's been building. Yeah, Will, lead the way. I'll follow you. I'm not sure. It has been a while since she's been on stream, or actually just on the realm in general. She was building at her base not too long ago. The island thingy. Remember this ice path that was just in the middle of nowhere? Yes? Oh, Will Dunn said bad words. Minecraft said, thou shalt not. Yeah, we've got a lot of pathing to do, for sure. Remember, this is the way. Oh, it's time for Christmas songs, apparently. Let's go ahead and sit down.
The holidays the most wonderful time of the year at the Disneyland Resort? It's seeing a Christmas fantasy parade.
So where is my super suit? Trying to find that path. All right, I'm coming close to you. I see the dot getting bigger. I'm learning how to use the compass on the hotbar compass thing. I don't know what you guys want to call that. The player locator. I see. Next to all the watermelons. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that is a straight path. Yes, it is. It goes all the way? Goodness gracious. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So we can kind of see right there where it is. That's how you're going to get the camels all the way over. So at some point, it'll need to curve. Do you even speed bridge, bro? No joke. So we'll have to make a decision of where we're going to come on shore, I think, for that path. I think this line is what will lead eventually to go over to the base. Then we cut left. Yep, there's that island. So it'd have to kind of like go along here and then hang left. Or it could jut in a little ways. Okay. Well, I think we're kind of getting the cart before the horse here a little bit, but that's okay. Remember, this is not meant to like get us places super fast. This is going to be like the scenic route. Like whenever they're going to do a world tour and you just want to go on foot and go look at all the things, go around the outside kind of thing. So the first little spot though is going to be coming off of this section here, kind of walking this down and going around the outside. So we kind of need to plot that out. And I like these little things here that I've got, but I think what we're going to do is like kind of a street light kind of thing where you kind of get that overhanging hook. And I haven't decided what kind of light source I want to use yet. So the path comes all the way up over here to the front of the house. Do we want to have it come around instead? We could do that. Oh no. I broke my carrots! And super jump for the loss. Okay. It can split in, yeah, it'll definitely split in two to go to Kenzie's for sure. So I think I wanted to cut through this here to get to the other side. Because on the other side of here is where there's like a bunch of flatness. And we would have to build like a bridge to go over the water on the outside. I'm not sure how awesome that would be. But the rest of it, like over here, is relatively flat, and we could definitely stay along the contours of the land at that point. Are you trying to do a Bugs Bunny quote there? Should have made the left turn at Albuquerque. That's right. All right, so we could make this like curving stairway to go down right here and then make a tunnel through. I think that would be neat. Maybe kind of like a weird suspension bridge. Oh, we could use half slabs for that and chains on the side. Ooh. Maybe. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing it. So what kind do we want to do? So, I thought about, what we've been doing for all of our bridges and stuff over here. Like, I've been using like this dark coloring that's here because of the lighthouse that's here. But I'm wondering if maybe I should probably change it out for prismarine. As this... Oh, I like that coming out of the water there. That's cool. But to have more of that prismarine look, or at least it dotted in a little bit. And then maybe as it goes farther away, it turns more to the generic coloring of things, the spruce and the oak, birch. I'm not sure. But we can at least get a general template going on and then go from there. Okay. Let's go get some spruce. We'll just get started with that and we can kind of get some structures going on. Should make a massive bridge over the water. That would look nice. Yeah, I'm going to have one here for sure. That's connecting those. Whoop. That can't go here. Put it away. Yeah, that's why near the end I just kind of made a 1-block bath just to hurry up to see where it ended on your waters. Yeah. It's pretty big. Okay, let's just start with the spruce and we'll go from there. Let's get a bunch of these slabs. We'll take everything that we have. We can just go to town from there just so we can get the path set. Gosh, this is really cool. Can't wait till Cake actually finishes his base too. That's gonna be cool. Excuse me. All right, let's just start with this guy here. I think I need to sleep next. Otherwise, I'll get the Phantomies after me, and that'll be bad. Okay. Let's just start. So maybe we could start down... Let's... Yeah. I think that's going to have to be that. Maybe we can just dig through this real quick and try to get to the other side to see what that would look like. Pale oak, maybe? Yeah. I think I'm going to start with the spruce just to kind of get the template so I can actually just, start instead of not starting. I'm really good at procrastinating. I'm really trying not to right now. How long has that guy been there? He was holding stuff. Okay. All right. So I think if we come up to like here-ish, then we can like dig through and kind of go diagonally through. We've got plenty of torches. I think we'll be good. Where's my shovel? I could definitely use a shovel right now. Where's my shovel? Not having a shovel is a bad thing. Okay? It's muy importante. I even put it on the thumbnail because it's that important. it's not in there. Where else would I have put it? I had it at some point, guys. Like, where didst I leave it? I didn't put it inside the glass box, did I? No. Although that doesn't need to go with me. It's not in there. Is it in the packed ice? Nope. It's not going to be with the lime wool. It's not going to be with the shulker shells. It's not going to be with the fireworks. Is it in the redstone box? No. I hear my kids stomping away downstairs. They must be having fun. Hey, we got a bunch more spruce in there. That's good. Huh. But guys, what did I do with it? The shovel is key. It's the spoon. This is a problem. So I thought I put it away when we went to the end city. Because I'm like, I'm not going to need this, and I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to put it away. We didn't give it to these guys. Oh, we didn't pose them or do anything with that. We'll have to take care of that. This beginning of the song totally sounds like Frere Jacques. I mean, come on. It's not in there. I think I'm just going to have to make a new one, guys. That's some French toast right there. Well, we just do have this. We have this extra shovel here. I suppose we could just make it that. We'll find it. Whatever. We'll just use this one for now, and that'll just have to do. Okay, so what books do we have sitting here? Nothing of what we need. All right, so we need, what do we need for this? We need unbreaking, efficiency, and mending. And then we can fix it real quick. Unbreaking, efficiency, and mending. Where is efficiency? There's the mending, which we needed. That is good. Infinity. Efficiency. There it is. Boom. Okay. So we got that one. We can add those onto it real quick. And then in the other area should be our unbreaking guy. This is why we carry all the levels all the time. That's a long way for toast, dude. What? At one time, only me and God knew where I put something. Now only God knows. Story of my life. Accurate. Alright, so we can put our extra emeralds away, our books. We can go repair this. And be healed. Boom. Sweet. That works. And put away that wool too while we're at it. And then just use the hopper. Do it.
Harvest sale is going on now at Ashley and Scott's.
Labor Day sale after Labor Day. What do you know, huh? Okay, so where was that space where I think we were going? Not quite over there. It was like over here-ish, right? Yeah, it was. I did say French toast. Oh, I forgot. So, do you guys know what that comes from? What the French toast? Tell me you know. Let's do this. I can also get the torches out so we can get those at the ready. We've been talking about doing this path for a long time, you know? That's a lot of gravel. I really want an egg in a basket right now. That would be amazing. If you were to take a cup and cut out the center of the bread and put an egg in the center and fry it, the toast the center with it. Yep. So the restaurant I used to work at called Sherry's had that, and it was called Egg in a Nest. Remember, we had like the little punch for it too. So the French toast thing comes from a commercial for Orbitz. Remember the whole how to keep a dirty mouth clean? And remember is who you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor? What the French toast? Pickle you, you kumquat! Oh yes, I remember those commercials because they stick with me forever, man. Is this dirt a misnomer, or is this actually because we're close to, like, where that exit would be? It's a false flag event, I tell ya. Fake news. Can I pay you in gum? What? All right, here's the sandstone part. That's good. You know, I wonder if it would be a good idea to get a shulker box so we just don't have to run back and forth all the time, because we're going to run out of room here really quick. Yep, we're going to do that. Puppy Money Baby? Puppy Money Baby was the craziest of them all. I agree. That was back when CGI was not very good. Whoop! The gas got to me. There we go. Let's take out a shulker box and we'll call it square. We got our hole over there. Yeah. Probably should set some lighting up outside so it's easy to see. Yep. I wonder if maybe we could actually start curving this a little bit out to the right some. Oh, Instamine for the win. I should have brought a beacon over here. You know that? That would have made a difference. And then we'll curve it back to the left a little bit here. There we go. You guys remember the... I remember the Taco Bell dog too. The Yo Quiero Taco Bell. That was the biggest thing for the longest time, man. Getting a lot of that sandstone. Yeah. Then we can kind of curve off to the left here a little bit. Before we curve back over to the right some. Oh, that's the exit right there. Perfect. Let's put some stuff away since we're out of room again. Sweet. Yep. You seen it? I seen it. That's pretty close. Yeah. So we can kind of come around to the outside here. Yeah. I see enemies nearby. Oh, yeah. They had toys for that dog. I had like 5 of those different Taco Bell dogs. Yeah. Naomi, welcome to the chat. It's good to see you. You love that Taco Bell ad? Did you have like a kick where you were watching just the retro ads one day or something? I know how old that ad is. I remember when I was a teenager, TV Land just came out. And so my mom and I would sit down and watch a lot of the old TV shows, but they would also have retro like 70s and early 80s commercials that would be on there too. You know, like, Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. Okay. Yeah, making progress. Okay, good. Hotkey for the win. Let's go. Okay, so then this can kind of be our pathway over here. Yes? Hey, guy. What you doing? We'll have to make like a little bridge-ish path over there. Okay. Yeah. Just trying to neaten this up just a little tiny bit here. Nothing too spectacular. We'll go back through and redecorate all of it. Yeah. Okay. I got some splaining to do. Yeah. Oh, come on now. Well, hey there, Trident boy. What you doing? Do I need your Trident? No, I don't. It's a good thing I didn't get it, because I wasn't going to keep it anyway. The Flintstones was awesome to watch as a kid. Yeah, it was. I don't know how many times I practiced just running around the house yelling, Wilma! Never got old, man. It never got old. Oh, no drowning. It's not allowed, buddy. All right, let's take our leftovers and put them away one more time for the 9th time. Mm-hmm. Then we can take some of our regular spruce, just make some planks out of there and start making a pathway. Yeah? And this will kind of become our first, like... Whoop. I think that's too far. Hey there, Skeletone. What you doing, guy? Yep. Be gone, creeper! I don't need you. I made enough? Yes, I did. Whoop, that went underneath him. You watched the... yeah. Whoa, whoa! Turn around for one moment. For one moment. Creeper comes up. Boom. He all comes up behind me. Hello? This guy. Alright, and we should have a bunch inside our shulker box here, so we can just use some of that. Yeah? Sweet. That works. Gomer Pyle was amazing. Now, that's an old show right there. That's an old show. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. All right, so we're going to need to cut down some of these trees in order to make way for what we want to do. Not a ton, just a little bit on the outside, you know, to make the pathways. Thought I heard a creeper, and it was me walking on the on wet sand there. Mm-hmm. Finally home for the evening. Yeah, doing church stuff tonight, or what was up? Sometimes those gaps between the songs get to me. I'm like, did everything break? No, it's just taking a minute. The song has a slow ending. All right, yeah. I think that's going to be pretty good. I don't think I need to cut down much more at this point. Okay, so now we can start making some decisions. Whoop. One second, guys. All right, yeah, let's take the wood and we'll kind of come across over here a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Make an organic path. It doesn't need to be like super straight or anything. Okay, now we can start taking out our half slabs here and laying them down. So we'll still want to stay along the shoreline, I think. Okay. We need to light it up. We don't want creepers spawning on the things. Excuse me. So Naomi, how's life treating you? Another week down of enjoying all the things, yes? Whoop. Chad fell down. Sweet. A little bit of food there. I think we'll probably need to come back and make like some sort of like bridges thing over this. Yep. All right, cut down a little bit more. What's up there, sheepers? How you doing, guy? You just loving life right now, enjoying all the grass and things. I'll try not to disturb you too much, guy. Okay. Barley, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods over there. Having my kids the last couple days. Hopefully you avoided the sickness that's been going around. Man, it's a royal bummer. It's going around at work too. There's definitely like a flu bug that's out there right now. First Artson. Every time I see cello, I think cello from School of Rock. You guys remember that when he was trying to find the bass player? And he's watching them from afar and he's trying to show them, hey, this is how you can do this. But I play cello, but just turn it to the side. Cello, it's a bass. All right, yeah, let's go this way a little ways. Keep kind of going. Oh, yeah. Making that sweet, sweet progress. You know how I love progress. It's my middle name after all. School of Rock is an amazing movie. It's right up there with The Rocker. The Rocker was amazing. Emma Stone in there, man. She was hilarious. Hilarious. Okay, I don't need the seed. I don't need the saplings. We can pick up the wood instead. Okay. There we go. And then we can come along the side over here a little ways. Yeah. Get some general curviness going on. Fun is that your Chinese middle name, your Chinese neighbor's middle name? Okay. You were sick all last week and it just wiped you out? Yeah. I wonder if that was the same one that's been going around. Not trying to say you gave it to us or anything, because I know that we didn't see it much last week. Okay, got to get some torches on the scene over here. Here we go. Maybe for a while we can go down to the surface level-ish. I think so. I thought those were beehives for just a second there. Or bees' nests. He was pretty sick the last time you babysit him? Yep. I believe it. Okay, yeah, let's step this down. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. Let's do that. Then we can kind of just hug this for a little while. Oh, I like that idea. Almost out of slabs. We're gonna have to make some more. Watch out. And one more set. Okay. That's good. You think everyone got it from him? Yeah, I agree. I spent a little bit of time with him talking about what it means to actually like wash your hands after you're doing stuff. Because he's really good about washing his hands after using the bathroom. But anytime he's out and about doing things, he doesn't consider it, you know? So I was telling him, like, buddy, you got to make sure that after you finish playing on recess, you wash your hands. And then after you know, you come home from school, you wash your hands. You ride the bus, you wash your hands. I said, that's really what you need to do, guy. And he's all being downtrodden about it. And I said, look, I'm not saying you're not washing your hands when you're leaving the bathroom. I know you are. It's everything else. You just have to wash your hands more. And he's all, oh. Oh, we got a big one here. This one's going to take a minute to break down. Ah, knew there was still wood up here. Okay, there it is. There's another tree over there. Yep. Is there any more wood up here? Am I good to let this decay at this point? I think I am. Well, I was okay, then I wasn't. There we go. Sweet. Throw out the trash again. We can take our shulker box and put some stuff away. We don't need all the spruce on me at this exact moment. Thank you for the spruce, dude. Appreciate you. All right, time to go back through and light some things up. Excuse me. Yeah, the potty wash is easy, but everything else does definitely get difficult. Alright, we need to sleep to bring back the daylight so we don't get blown up. Because being blown up sucks. Thought I was going to be able to get there in time. I was not. Okay, we're still doing the curve. Gotta flatten the curve. Remember that? Supposed to be 2 weeks, they said. And then it wasn't 2 weeks, they said. All right.
Welcoming a new baby is an
And
incredible journey.
that is when we mute the commercial. Yes. Making more slabs. Let's go. Making my way in the neighborhood. Giving me all the slabs. Yes. It's really neat. One of the guys at work is rededicated his life to Christ recently. And so he actually tried going to the church that I go to last week. And he said he absolutely loved it. He really liked specifically how they teach through verses in the Bible. But he's brand new. So, you know, that bar is super high, I'm sure. He had tried a couple of others, you know, where they really stuck with like hymns and the liturgy of things. And he just was not a fan. And that's fine. Neither am I. That's why I don't go to those types of churches. Not to say that they're bad. They just, you know, just not for me. Whoop. Okay. Now we've got to curve this a lot more, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's probably going to have to go like a 1x1 for a while. Tell you what, this is how you can get a ton of wood. You go insist that you're going to go carve a path through something, and you need to clear the way. There we go. Oh yeah, he's been touching base with me about twice a week just to talk about different things and the books that he's been reading. He's trying to read through the Bible in the first year of being a Christian. And he has a study Bible that just takes him through it automatically. And so he started him in the Old Testament. Now, not to knock the Old Testament, but when you get to Leviticus and Numbers and Deuteronomy, dude, some of those sections are a little hard to get through. So I encouraged him to maybe look at the New Testament on a couple of spots, but we'll see. Maybe it'll actually speak to him, but I had a really hard time with that at first until I had like the understanding of what all of it was for at first. Churches are on a kick of singing hymns now because they think somehow it's imitating the Holy Spirit. Yeah. It's fine, you know, if singing the hymn actually makes you feel like you're in a worshipful state. It just doesn't for me. But if you think that by the physical act of you doing something like that's going to bring you closer to the Spirit, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. God is not a formulaic God. It seems to me like he does things different all the time just to show how many different ways he can do the same thing. Is there anything else? I'm not seeing it. Good. Sweet. Toss out the trash again. And then we can put some of the stuff away. And we need to make more slabs all the way. We'll get another little bit out there with us. Mm-hmm. Yep, gotta tear that down. Be gone, tree. This Muslim and Christian were talking on faith, good old faith debate. Yeah, that's a completely different religion. They do not worship the same God at all. Then they'll make sure to specify completely that Allah has no son, because they know that's what we believe, that Jesus is God's son. They're actually one and the same. They refuse to understand that. They have Jesus in their version of the Bible, the Quran too, but it's not the same. Like, they twist his words in order to match it. The Quran is very much so a redone book over and over and over again. Like, I don't know if you've heard of taqiyya, I think is what it's called, and that's where the latest statement in the Quran is what is actually the truth. You know? Seems a little hinky to me. Like, why wouldn't it all be true? That's what's good about, you know, that's what's good about the Bible, is that it's all inerrant. It doesn't contradict itself. It's getting really close to the time where I want to go through the passage I wanted to go through today. Okay. Let's go ahead and light this up. We'll find a perch and we'll go Bible time. This one's a little too close. We got to tear it down. There we go. Sweet. Okay. We can kind of look and see what we've got going on here too. That's a good path. Yeah. That's pretty much exactly what I envisioned. Okay. I like this tree perch right here. That looks good to me. Yep. Gonna toss my trash again. Okay, it is time. So Mikey's hanging out downstairs with the kids right now, so we're not going to bring him up here. He needs to have some alone time, I think. But I think we can switch over to a different mode here. Okay. So if you guys have your Bibles, you should have your Bibles. If you don't, though, it's okay. I'm going to read it out. So we're going to look up Luke chapter 24. So when we talk about this being the way or the path, there's a story that actually talks about on the way. Yeah, pull it up here real quick. Okay, so Luke chapter 24 verse 13. It's the passage for on the road to Emmaus. On the road to Emmaus. Give you guys a couple minutes, a moment to get there. So last week, you know, Vinny, I think, posted, was it Vinny? Someone posted one of their favorite verses, and it was a section in Daniel. And it was really neat. And it kind of got me thinking, you know what, maybe we should take a little bit of time. So first up and foremost, if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure that you like the stream, like the video if you're watching after the fact. Make sure you subscribe to Dark Maestro. Join the Army of Light, so you can join us in how we try to spread the joy of the beacon. And then last, make sure you ding that bell so you get all the notifications of whenever I release a video or I'm posting or I'm going live, so that way you guys don't miss it, and then you get the notification a day late and $1 short, and then you miss the way. All right, so while we're going to do this, also, we're still going to be courting Mountain Dew, though. Mountain Dew is my best friend right here. Right here and now. Mountain Dew. Let's do this. You can be part of the way, too. The Dew can do the way. It was Matt. Okay. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Mountain Dew. I've been trying to court you for a long time. The mountains that are on there that are covered in the dew remind me of home. Back where I grew up in Salem and Portland, Oregon, where we used to go to the snow. Now the snow comes to me. It's so good. So good. I love it. But a word of warning, though. Don't switch the Mountain Dew in your mouth and just hold it in there. It destroys your teeth. I had to get a tooth pulled last Wednesday. It finally just died all the way. When I was at Taco Bell and at Chili's and at Sherry's before then, I was probably drinking like a gallon of soda a day, man. It's so good. But in moderation, you know, 1 is good. 10, maybe not so much. All right, guys, let's go through this. So the Bible that I have in my hand here, and mine, is a Schofield edition 1984 NIV. I've switched to using the ESV for the most part on everything else, but this is what I grew up reading. So I'm going to go ahead and read through that, and then maybe we can talk about it, see what it thinks it speaks to you guys about. So part of the reason why I did the whole path thing today, you know, we wanted to connect up all the worlds and show like, hey, there is the path that's there, but it's usually always pretty skinny. And being a Christian usually means that you also kind of have to walk that narrow path. It's usually not straight. It's usually pretty windy and takes you to places that you don't necessarily enjoy. So whoever came up with the path, the moniker, the straight and narrow, remember the path to destruction is large and wide and straight and easy to follow. But the path for following Christ is not easy to follow, because you have to basically admit that you can't do it and you need him to lead you along the whole time. So for context of what's going on here, Jesus died and was in the tomb for 3 days and then was resurrected. And on that morning, right before this section, he appeared to the women first. And then afterwards, on that same day, this is where we start. So let's just read through the story and then we'll go from there. So on the first day of the morning, on the first day of the week, very early in the morning, hello, let me actually go to the right section here. Verse 13. Now that same day, 2 of them were going to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking with each other about everything that had happened. His ministry, all the things he said, his death. They didn't know he was raised yet. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them. But they were kept from recognizing him. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their faces downcast.
When you shop at Albertsons.com or in the app,
Hello, ad.
you'll get the same prices.
Let's just stop this for a moment. Their faces downcast, one of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you only a visitor to Jerusalem and not know the things that have happened there in these days?" And he said, "What things?" Jesus the jokester. About Jesus of Nazareth, they replied. "He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him. But we had hoped he was the one who is going to redeem Israel. And what is more, it is now the third day since all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early this morning but didn't find his body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but him they did not see." Then Jesus said to them, "How foolish you are, and how slow of heart to believe all the prophets that have spoken. Did not the Christ have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And beginning with Moses and the prophets, he explained to them what was said in all the scriptures concerning himself. As they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus acted as if he were going farther. But they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening. The day is almost over." So he went in to stay with them. When he was at the table with them, he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were opened. Their eyes were opened and they recognized him, and he disappeared from their sight. And they asked each other, "Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" Holy moly. This is an excellent section here. Can you imagine walking with Jesus, not knowing it's him, talking about the things that have happened, and then him schooling you on the Bible about all the things that he talked about while you're walking on this path to Emmaus? Like, dude, I could only wish that could happen to me, man. Like, I would love to walk alongside him. Love it. So, how many times have you been out and about and Jesus was actually walking next to you and you didn't know it? You know, I think this is really interesting that they were kept from recognizing him. So to me, it tells me that Jesus can change his appearance to the point of where maybe you can't recognize him, or there's some sort of veil that's put over your eyes where although he may look that certain way, you can't see it. Will says, footprints in the sand. Barley says it did happen to me and your dad on that airplane. Yeah, it sure did. As well, don't forget about the story when the truck broke down. You had that person just randomly came up and then faded away after he helped you guys push the truck. So I try to look at it as though he's always walking with me and I'm not necessarily walking with him. Because sometimes I'll think that he's not there. And he's always there. That's the whole point of being a Christian, is that he is always with you 100% of the time. You may think he's not, but he is. He's there the whole time. That's what sets us apart as Christians from everything else, is that everywhere else you have to go to God. Remember what Muhammad said, well, if the mountain will not come to Muhammad, Muhammad will go to the mountain. Jesus just comes straight to you. You don't need to worry about it just taking forever to get to him because he's already there. I think it's really cool. And so also where he gets on here and he says it acts like he was going to go farther. He was going to go farther. He was going to go with them and go break bread anyway, but he wanted them to ask him. God wants us to ask him to do these things. He's with us the whole time, but he likes to be invited. Remember, he stands at the door and knocks. He could technically break down that door. He is powerful enough to do that. Is he going to? No, he's not going to come in uninvited. For sure. Really good stuff. Starting with Moses and going through all the prophets, he explained everything concerning himself and that he had to die and then was resurrected. Isn't that something, huh? Isn't that something? Heck yeah, dude. So what speaks out to you in this section here on the road to Emmaus with Cleopas and his buddy as they're walking, thinking that Christ was dead, not really believing the women that he was resurrected even though they saw him. Going through all of that. Barley says, yep, the angel guy wouldn't have been born without his help. Yep, it's true. Would have lost me for sure. And then he said he was going farther and then disappeared. Look at that wording. I see what you did there. That's good stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that are in here. The road to Emmaus, though, I think is only in one other section in Mark. It says it's in Mark 16, 12, and 13, which is only a couple of verses. For those of you that don't know, Mark is the book right before Luke. Yeah, and it doesn't really say much either. It just says in there, afterward, Jesus appeared in different form to two of them walking. While they were walking in the country, these returned and reported it to the rest, but they didn't believe them either. That's it. Luke is the only one that reports it, which is interesting. Usually in the synoptics, the first three books, you get the same stories that go through all the rest, and then John stands alone by itself and puts on a different point of view. But this is the story that's unique to Luke, where it actually fleshes it out and goes through the whole road to Emmaus story. So for some reason to Luke, this must have really stuck out to him, to the doctor. To the doctor, huh? You've always thought that the road to Emmaus was so similar to your situation with him? Yep. Yeah, dude, microbursts and planes do not go well together, do they? Do they? No, they don't. So right here, we're just making the path. And maybe one day we'll be walking along the path with someone else too and be able to spread the good news, huh? Wouldn't that be neat? Maybe I can carve this out a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. That would be so cool to get a sermon by Jesus himself, talking through what the sections in the Bible mean and how they referenced him. That is so neat. That is so incredibly neat. Oh, that one needs to not be there yet. Okay, sweet. Then we can take back out our slabs and build our steps up. Mm-hmm. Working our way around. Mm-hmm. I had just thought that this could not be Jesus because the lightning will be across the sky from the east to the west, and then suddenly it came upon us. He talked about the Day of Atonement with us, only we didn't know it at the time. Yeah. Yep. That would be so neat. I wonder if maybe I've had interactions too with him and I just didn't know it. I'm sure I have. I'm pretty dense sometimes, you know. Excuse me. And then the smoke got to me. Alright, let's go ahead and sleep off the nighttime real quick. Sweet. So then this guy can be replaced along with this one. We can go our half slab thing and build our stairway up. Yep. Pretty awesome. Hey guy, what you doing there? You think you're gonna do something? You aren't. Alright, so we're going to stay one block away from the outside, I think. Place down that torch right next to it. Excuse me. Gotta remain polite on stream. If I cough, I'm gonna say, excuse me. That's what happens. He said he leaves his gate open when he wants company. It's what he does on the Day of Atonement. And he said he has a goat he lets loose on his large acreage. Again, the Day of Atonement. Yep. Set the torch for now on the walls. That'll probably be better anyway. Right now is the Feast of Trumpets, so blow the Minecraft goat horns if you don't have a horn. There you go. You know what also today is? September 22nd is the day that I signed documents to get married to my wife. So it's a very good day. We had our ceremony on October 5th. So that's the day we actually tend to celebrate it, because that was the day we had all the guests and everything. Yeah, dude. So 19 years. 19 years we've been married now. It is something else, dude. It doesn't feel like it's been 19 years. It feels like it's been like, 5. It's been 19 years. Yeah, we got married in 06. What do you know, right? It's like that meme. It's been 84 years. No, it's been 19. This is going to be so neat once it's all decked out and finished. I've been looking forward to making this for a long time, but it's kind of hard to like say, "Hey, we're going to do this now," and then you don't. You've been together for 17 years and married for 8? Nice. Yep, we've been together for 18 years and like 3 months. We didn't date that long. My wife and I, we had a very much so whirlwind romance, like as some would say. I should take these extras and just put them away. Yep. Make that room. Back in my day, we had to do jumping jacks across the parking lot. Now you have little whippersnappers that have a robot. Okay. Sweet. Well, it's been on the first 42 years for us. No breaks. Praise God alone. We've been together for 43. Time has flown by. It seems like 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think this whole wall needs to come out one more if we're going to make this too wide then. Mm-hmm. A little bit of shovel action there. Yeah. Okay. You're looking forward to your next 42 years together too? Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, you were, Vinny. I think actually you were in that wedding, weren't you? I can't remember. Well, I mean, it's not like I was there. I was only in my mom's belly. There we are. Looking good, S.A. Sweet. This is a really, really good start. This is a really good start.
At Aulani, a Disney resort and spa in Hawaii.
I didn't know that there was a Disney resort in Hawaii. Did you guys know that? I did not. Seems like yesterday Dean was a baby and now he's 13. Yeah, dude, my oldest is 18. It's incredible. Doesn't feel like it. I went like 3 weeks without seeing him because, you know, he's off of college, and he came home this weekend and I saw him for like all of an hour because I'm on overnights. And then he and his girlfriend actually had their year mark anniversary a couple weeks ago, and they celebrated it yesterday. Yes, they did. They've been together for a year. My voice is getting all scratchy there for a second. I had to cough it out. Okay, let's go. We probably need some more torches here. Let's take a look. See where we're at here. So we still need to make that like bridge connector piece here. So we got the tunnel that goes through here. We got the path that winds all the way around. And Will's making a little bit of a house there, like a pit stop. You know, I think I need to plot out where Kenzie's base is. It's like over there, right? That's a spicy meatball. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll probably need to cut across and go around the lake. Isn't she just like right on the other side of these hills? Yep, she is. So would we want to go around the mountain? Oh, she's been working. Look at this. She's been doing stuff and things. Huh. All right, let me jot this down so I know where we're going here. 2400, 1845. Yep, we could probably come around the backside. Go around the edge of this lake, cut along the base of the mountain. We could technically go over the mountain, but I'm not sure I want to do that. Yeah, I hope she went and she got it, because you guys, she hearted your comment, Matt's comment. What happened here? Someone just like dig out the beach or something? This is going to be a problem when we get to it. Okay. Yeah, well, we can continue this on for a little while here. Will, you and your girlfriend have been together for 3 years? Nice. Oh, wow, look at those lights off in the distance. Did you see that? That was really cool. We should have taken a moment to really marvel at that. Well, next time it's nighttime, we can do that. Okay, so now we're going to kind of scale this a little bit here, I think. Yeah? Thank you, Will. Appreciate you, guy. Where's my half slabs? There they are. Got them. Don't worry about it. We're good. Okay. And then we can kind of come up this way a little bit. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of what we want to do. So I don't want to go all the way along the base there. Yeah, we can just kind of like go to this level and then stay around the edge for a while and then eventually find our way back down. Yeah, paths definitely have ups and downs. It's like when we went on the hike for Silver Creek Falls, except, you know, not 1,000 feet up and down. Okay, so then I can go like this. Yeah. There we go. That's good. I like that. Okay, I think at this point I'm just gonna like carve it out more. Yep. That is what I'm gonna do. Just build it up over the top of her base and she'll never know. Yeah, she's done a great job on her base. I hope work's treating her okay. She's been working a lot of hours. But I know she's just trying to, you know, justify living in her wonderfully big house that she has. Where's my food? Sweet. Okay. Yep, we got all these trees in the way. I thought about doing some pathing, like actual pathing, like with a shovel, and I just don't like it that much, so I decided against it. We can curve this back a little bit, I think. Hey, creeper hole. What's up? Sweet. Okay. And this winds a little bit more. What is over there? We can just carve this out, clear it out a little bit more so we can see it. Yep. My internet died for no apparent reason. What the heck? Spectrum be spectruming. Dude, I keep getting emails from Starlink. They keep trying to woo me back. They're like, would you like a free month of internet? Like, no, I don't want your stinking internet. Your internet is not good enough for me. They're like, but we're going to go ahead and give it to you anyway. So, you know, if you want it. Whoop. Checking messages from important people. Got the wood right here. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. It's like a wall of no water. It's like it's a kind of wannabe ravine, then isn't. That's weird. Look at that. I think I missed my son's a spicy meatball. It is a spicy meatball. I see it a couple times there. I'm sorry, man. I missed that. If it makes you feel any better, I did that quote while you weren't here. Oh, she missed me saying, yeah, that's a spicy meatball. Yeah. I was talking about how when I was a teenager that TV Land came out. And with that, we started watching all the old stuff, and it had all the retro commercials on there too. There we go. That's better. Oh. Don't need that. Don't need that kind of dirt. Too wide. Too wide. Come on now. A little hack and cough action. Yeah, I'm fighting it, man. I'm fighting it. I took some Mucinex beforehand, but it's only doing its job halfway. It just makes it so that whenever I do cough, it's productive. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Okay. Time to get some more wood in there. There we go. Making that sweet, sweet progress. Let's throw our stuff away in our shulker box here. And we can throw out our trash that we don't need. Take out another set of spruce and go to town. Productive, yep. I'm gonna make sure that I have productive coughs while I'm sick here, okay? I don't want to have any other kind of coughs here, okay? You need to make sure you're getting that 120% marker there on the production on that cough, alright, guys? Jeez. Well, if I'm gonna cough, it's gonna be a good cough, okay? It's gonna be wall shaking and earth shattering all at the same time. Okay, so this is a bit of a drop here, so we can plan for that. Tis good, yeah. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. You're gonna have to spell it out for me all the way to there, because I just don't get it. Okay. Nope, don't understand at all. There's two of them. Well, look, he dropped a potato too. Okay. So I'll need to kind of carve this out a little bit here, yes? A little bit more. Okay, that's gonna be good. Do I have any more? I do not. But I can certainly do this. Huzzah! Okay, so then I can kind of round the corner here a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotta terraform the landscape a little bit and pull a Scar. So those of you that don't know, Scar is a professional Minecrafter that's on the Hermitcraft server, and he is known for his landscaping and being able to make land look like it's real land, even though it's all blocky. Oh, I gotta do that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we need some torch action. Oh, he's sleeping through the night. Alright, so the next nighttime we're not going to sleep, Will. I want to kind of turn back and look at things and see how the path is lit up. Is this Mario music? No, it's not. It's called Eld Unknown by a guy named Elliot Sue. It's other Minecraft songs that have been remixed. But just because it uses Mario sounds doesn't mean it is Mario, okay? It's just Mario inspired. Okay. Yep, we're getting there. I still can't believe I lost my shovel. Oop. Okay, let's fill that in. All right, and then I can kind of come down a little ways. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that. I think that's going to be good. Let's get our slabs in place. Mm-hmm. That was going to be a full block. And then... Yes, like this. How far do I go? And then we can just have like a little thingy there, like a little dip. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm feeling that. That's good. And we got to carve that back just a bit so we can get our next little like step things going on there. Okay, sweet, good. We got a little something going on there. That's good. Get some lights down. Now we need to carve out more things. Okay, so where are we at here? So she's at 2400 1845, which is that away. I don't think we've quite decided exactly where we're going to go with this. We're close, though. I imagine him spitting fire like Mario when he gets the flower power. Wait, who are you imagining? Are you talking about the productive cough? The fire flower is actually a cough expectorant. that'd be hilarious. Oh, we got a big tree here. You ever think about just like taking TNT to the trees and just being like, be gone? I've considered it. Is it the right thing to do? Probably not. But I've considered it. Okay. We've got the trees here are really thick right along the coast. You know, I'm used to having like a lot more beach on the coastline there. Yeah, they said Mucinex makes you spit spicy meatballs. Or it helps you make spicy meatballs. Well, that's just gross. This terrain is a lot more difficult than I anticipated of actually like making this path. I knew some of it was going to be hard, like right next to the base there, but I didn't think all this would be that bad. Oh, is my inventory full again? Show is. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and expand this out then. Thought I saw an azalea bush there for a second. Why Finison? Yeah. That is the thing that helps. That is the thing. Sweet. We're getting there. Think about, like, we can barely see that lighthouse from here. We can still see it though. You can see like the edge of the creeper tower. I think that's what that is. That's pretty cool. Keep on chugging. Let's go. Willie's World has the idea. Yep, you got it. Sheep, you're not going to be able to push me off. I'm a lot bigger than you, guy. Okay? When I say a lot bigger, I mean I'm taller. And that's what matters. Ooh. That's a very small cave. All right, let's keep going. This one we're just gonna have to like bridge across, I think. Just like so. Whoop! Chad fell down. That's bad. You should not fall down like Chad. There we go. We can fill that in with some grass. At least like a little bit. So it's not quite so fake. This tree is still there and that's causing the problem. Here we go. Wait, there was a Chad? I'm not being a Chad today, okay? So this needs to be pulled back a little bit. I don't want it on the end. Hey, trees are never a problem. Well, they are when they're in my way, okay? And you know, when my parents first moved out here, they had to rip out a tree too, and it was in the way. So sometimes trees just need to know their place. Okay? Okay, you feel me? Just because we have a problem of absolutely no trees out in the middle of the desert. Okay? There we go. And then it kind of calms down a little bit here. That's good. Okay, we're getting closer. Mm-hmm. Already took that one out. This one is still a thing, though. Dude, I haven't had Domino's in a while. I'm feeling it here pretty soon. Maybe next weekend I can get some or something like that. Their place is my yard. This is true. This is very true. I just got to pull this back just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And the music. It returns. There we are. That's better. See, here's that Frere Jacques beginning again. It reminds me of that Star Trek episode where Picard got stuck in the turbolift with the kids and he made a new number 1. And then they started climbing up the turbolift shaft and started singing Frere Jacques the whole way. All right, so now we're going to look. Things are looking really weird over there. There it is. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. That looks really neat. Let's go flying and take a look. All right, there we go. I can't help it. It's so beautiful. Yep, we just need to make that little bridge that's there. This is pretty cool, guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a basic path right now. Eventually we'll very much so beautify it from there. Mm-hmm. Earbuds are falling out of my ears. There it is. Oh! Not the cord. Okay. Okay, look, we gotta sleep. We can't have these creeper incidents like that. It's disheartening. What's up, cow? It took out so much dirt. Oh my goodness. Let's eat. Gotta heal ourselves. Louis Anderson, you know it. We got all the dirt. We can fill all of it in perfectly. It's fine. Don't worry about it. See, just call me Surf Pro. It's like it never even happened. I used that joke at work the other day and I got a mild chuckle out of one person. It was Kirk, Bones, and Spock singing together? No, that was a different one. You're thinking of the original series. I was thinking of the Next Generation. Although that is a good one too. And Kirk, Bones, and Spock were singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. And they were doing the full round. Ooh. Do I want the boots? No, I don't. Do I really need the iron? No, but I'm going to keep it. It's precious to me. My precious. I think we can put stuff away in our shulker box again. We keep gaining materials. That's gonna have to do. We're gonna have to go back and put stuff away here pretty soon. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you were bringing up the other one too? Okay. Hey, they're both good, okay? That's just... That one scene is from a movie that we don't really speak of that much. The Final Frontier. That one was a little rough, to say the least. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can actually curve off to the right here a little bit. I like that. Not that one. Lord of the Rings, my precious. All the quotes, all the time. That's how things roll. That's how we roll around here, right? Okay. So what level do we want to actually stay at, though? I think it's going to be this one for now until we get over there. Then we can drop down a little farther. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's what we want to do. We'll need to carve this back just a little bit more. What's like... Have I ever seen Almost Heroes with Matthew Perry? Oh, probably. I've seen like all of his movies, but I'm not super familiar with that one specifically, though. Mm-hmm. Whoop. I'm sorry, Hole. I didn't mean to make you. Okay. These are all the 2 wides. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Go back to placing wood. It's the good stuff. They're trying to explore America before Lewis and Clark. It's got a lot of good actors. Almost Heroes? No, I don't remember that. Maybe I haven't seen that one. When was it made? Like 20 years ago? So that was when he was still on Friends then. Okay. Oh wow, we're actually all the way down to sea level now. At least for a short period of time. Okay, let's kind of carve this out a little bit more. We can take down this tree. Whoa, gosh! What the heck, my guy? Why are you doing that? Why are you scaring me? Actual jump scare there. Oh my gosh. Chris Farley is Base's favorite actor. He is really good. I really enjoyed all of his stuff too. Especially the Saturday Night Live skit where he was auditioning for the Chippendales. He's just going all the way to town. Music is really nice. So again, it's one of those like uplifting types of music, you know. I think it's meant to loop there, and then we just didn't. Okay. Time to get the lights down. There we go. Look at that. We can still see the lighthouse from afar. And the one pillar. The one pillar to rule them all. I think we were just going to cut across here, if I remember right. Yeah, we were. Okay. Okay, so I can replace the grass there then. And have it start curving. Sweet. Inventory's full again. Watch out. It was a funny skit. Patrick Swayze was impressed with actually what Chris Farley's dancing skills were. He was a little taken aback. He didn't expect it. And then Chris is all like, man, I'm up next to this guy here who's like this professional on there, did Dirty Dancing. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? He's all got, you know, imposter syndrome going on there. Meanwhile, I was like, gosh, man, he's really good. Yeah, but my weight. But still, dude, you're a good dancer. There we go. Okay. Yep. That's what we're going to do. We're definitely going to carve it out right there. Okay, let's eat. Whoop. Not really what I meant to do. But that works, I guess. Well, you know, if you want to call him Patrick Swansea, that's going to be okay. We can all have our unique ways of saying different things. Yep. And we go the 2 wide. We're going to have to fill this in too. Okay, look. Look, Linda. It's dark. We know bad things happen when it's dark. They say he used to drink like he drank 3 cups of coffee. Coffee doesn't really affect me that much. Like, it might make me slightly jittery. Was it just so he has the energy to do it? Is that what they were trying to say? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, let's just go straight across here. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Mm-hmm.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Get any
You know, I think they're sensing my desire for pizza right now. I've got to say, like, seems pretty obvious that this is a thing that they're trying to do. All right, let's go out. Mm-hmm. Give him a lot of he did a bunch of other substances. Yeah, let's be clear on this. The coffee is not what killed him. It was the cocaine. All right? let's not say that, you know, coffee is the bad thing here, because that would hurt me immensely on the inside. And I don't know if I could take that kind of rejection. Okay, so now we curve it. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. There we go. Then we can get all the lights in place again. This is probably going to be the spot where it splits in order to go partway to Ken's place and not. We need to go fly up and look. All right, let's go back to base and we'll put everything away because we've got a lot of stuff that we don't necessarily need in this exact moment. But I can still see base. This is good. Or was it a Hollywood sacrifice? Yeah. Gosh, I hope not. Oh. The chugging of the redstone as it tries to load slowly but surely. Ugh, it's a little rough. Alright, is there other stuff that we can put in here instead? There is. Okay, let's let the storage system do its thing here. Then we can just take out another one. And go like that. Uh-huh. Okay, look. I don't need the rotten flesh at all. Like at all, okay? We can take our iron and put it away. The copper we'll just set in here. We'll condense that down eventually, down the line at some point, maybe. Alright, let's get our extra sticks. We're getting so much. So let's just leave a lot of it here. And then we need to get some more rockets out because we're burning through those. Sweet. Alright, let's go take a look. Now, so her base is at 2400 1845. Oh, it's time for Dingle, the Thrice Hopper. Let's go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, man. This is exactly what I was thinking. Like, 100%. I think this was the lake that we were going to go around in order to get to Kenz's place, right? Because aren't the mountains right there? Yep. And then her base is just right there. Yep. This is it. Good. Okay. So right here is where it's going to diverge then. Okay. Got it. Got it. Is the sun still out? Yeah, it's up there. Okay. It's getting a little scared there for a moment. It seemed a little dark. I haven't heard any thunder yet. Sweet. Crooked Hollywood. Yeah, that's an understatement. We're gonna make a little bridge here, I think. Yep. Let's go back a little ways. And then we can go back to the slabs and go up one more level. Yep. I think it needs to go up one more level. Yep. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, and then we can prettify that as we come back to it. Mm-hmm. So we need to come back down over there. Okay. I really like Better RTX here, where it actually like makes puddles of water. You can see like some of it reflects and some of it doesn't. I really like that a lot. Really makes it feel like you're actually in the fields, where some of the water pools up on the grass and some of it doesn't. I remember when we stopped there, when we went to Disneyland together, and somebody did not conceal themselves in an apartment near a gas station. I don't remember that. What a thing to remember there, Vinny. There we are. And out again. Sweet. Okay. Get another torch out. Whoop. There's the torch. Hello. Sun's over there-ish, so we're getting close to dark, but not quite. Okay, we can make our steps down again. I think I'm going to work on that little Y-split to Kenzie's place later. We've got the little tiny island there. I'm not sure when we're going to turn left, like actually go to the main area. Spooky music plays. It's more like synthwave music, yeah. Okay, look. I saw that. You know what that means, right? Bedtime. Dave Chappelle's story makes me consider a lot of those theories. He says he discovered this when he signed a contract. It states he cannot use your likeness, though here, through here, and across the universe. That's some specific wording. There we go. So eventually we'll come down to this lower section here. Yeah, we could just kind of ride that line, I think. There we go. Yeah, I think this is looking good. Well, they just created those new contracts too because of AI, where like some actors will say they're okay with people using them, and other actors will say absolutely not. There we go. Better. Yep, this is kind of curving northwards the way that we want it to anyway. So we'll just look for like the next inlet and then decide if that's actually where we're going to want to go. Okay, let's go with the lighting. don't like this little thing here. Fill it in. Or that one. Especially that one. Okay. I'd see all that money and be like, my left side's my good side. Okay. Yep. You gotta kind of hug the coastline here. Remember, this is just the general framework for this too. This is not the end-all be-all. Oh, I do have another set ready. Hey. I don't remember that. Yeah. Oh, I remember trying to keep up with Vinny when he was walking, because he would never run. Crouch down real low and take really huge steps. I'm like, how do you do that without falling over? Very carefully. That was the answer. All right, and so that's too wide. Yes. Get the music back up. Here we go. Very nice. Think we're just gonna go for another. Oh, I can see the ice path. Yes. I think we're just gonna go for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll go back to an overlook and finish things off for the day. Yep. Sweet. Look at that. Look at that. I'm loving this. This is so awesome. When I was on another server for God and Gaming, there was this one person named Happy Rebellion who made the pathway between all of her bases, and she had like a real like Cherry Grove look on everything, and it was amazing. I thought, you know what, one of these days I'm gonna do that too. Today is that day. Why did I put my arrows in my offhand? I don't know, but it happened. Uncle Tony taught you that? Oh my gosh. I had no idea. You know, I think a lot of these chunks generated, like when those first updates were coming out, when it came to the huge world changes, and I think there were a ton of chunk errors. I mean, like a lot. Like a lot. Your Uncle Tony taught you that. My goodness. Okay, so we carved a good section out there. That's good. Let's just stay 1 block away from the water, I think. Yep. I like that. Let me expand this back out a little bit. There it is. Sweet. Any spot that's not too wide, we're gonna make too wide. Yes. And that would be the spot for that one. Uh-huh. 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 Get another torch down. But my soul's not for sale. That's right. I believe he also said, work real hard, do a good job, take your time, but hurry up. All right. So 2 wides. Mm-hmm. This song reminds me of a section on the marching band show that we have. So the kid's name that plays the keyboard is Sammy, and he's been playing piano for like a decade. So he's a consummate classical pianist, but he's not used to like, you know, rockish type stuff or weirdness. So when I hear something like, I think it needs to have this in here, he looks at me like, really? But there's a part in there where you have, it's like the aliens start losing in the battle for Earth. And so in the very end, it's like that little last motif, that ooh wee ooh. And you have that kind of like, it's called a theremin sound. So it kind of has that same synth sound that's there. But he has a little toggle on the keyboard. So I said, can you make it wobble when you get that ooh woo and get that woo? And he's like, why? What? Just try it. So then he did it, and he's like, teaching the kids how to appreciate music one woo woo at a time. Oh, I love that. We should take our extra stuff and put it in the fresh shulker box that we brought. So our inventory is not glutted with everything again. There we go. Choose better. Mm-hmm. And that one, I don't know. And I think it needs to be right there, yeah. And that one needs to be like here. Uh-huh, it does. Nice. It's getting close to that nighttime again, so we can go back home and wrap things up. Yep, I think we're gonna do that while it is nighttime. Okay, let's go do a flyover and admire our handiwork here. Look at that. Look at that. All the way into the hole that we dug to go through the mountain. Okay, let's go back up to the boat. So we started the boat up here, and I kind of created that pathway saying, oh, this is what, this is what I'm thinking. Let's see if it kind of matches or not. Yep. Well, we got a lot farther than I anticipated. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Heck yeah, guys. You can also tickle the ivories a little. Nice. Love it. Once I had enough, I think I would disappear. Hire an alley doctor to change my face like Face Off. Okay. That sounds like Jack Black's character in School of Rock. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world yet forfeits his own soul? Okay. Man, we made a ton of progress today. Look at that. And Will's help, too. He had that little hut that he built over there. Clearing the trees the whole way, too. Taking on the mobs so that I don't die, because I'm really good at that. Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for your help on this. This is very much so appreciated. Very much. Yeah, kind of come off to the corner over here a little bit. Yeah. It's called a good day, guys. It's called a very good day. Let's go. Let's go. Sweet. All right, well, it is 9 o'clock my time. We've been streaming for 3 hours. It's been a pretty darn good stream, if I do say so myself. We went through the road to Emmaus and how Jesus walked along the path with the guys. And that was a really good story. So if you guys haven't done so yet, please make sure that you like the stream, like the video if you're watching after the fact down below, and leave a comment too. I like reading all your comments. I usually always respond to them as well. If you have any questions about anything, it'd be a really excellent time to ask them is down below in the comments where you go clickety-clack. Then make sure you subscribe to Dark Maestro, become a part of the Army of Light, and ding that bell so you get all those notifications. Now let's talk through it. Why do we do this? Why are we making the path? Because we insist on following the way. Do you know the way? Because I do. And the way is Jesus Christ. That's right. And not some version of him that's been dumbed down into a demigod version. Like fully God, fully human, Jesus. He's the guy that came down, died, and was resurrected. And should you choose him, he'll be with you forever. Forever. He'll be your rock, your comforter, your salvation, 100% of it. And he'll never abandon you. Ever. It's the best thing. So when we say be the beacon, like those beacons are in the background, you can be that shining light that people can get drawn to. Be like, why is this person so different? And then you get the opportunity to actually to witness to them, to say, hey, do you know Jesus? And if you don't, would you like to? And you can walk them through on how to. And it literally is really simple. It's just a couple things. Number one, admit that you're a failure, basically. I'm a failure. I'm a failure as a father. I sin constantly. I keep making mistakes. And then number two, I don't want to, but I can't stop myself. So that's what he's there for. He does that. That's step one. Everything else flows from that, though. But if you don't admit that you have a problem first, it's not going to do much besides that. So whenever you have that moment where you can witness to someone where you're feeling that tugging on your heart, don't hesitate. Go for it. All the way, because Christ will be with you. He'll give you the words to speak. Make sure you're spending time in the Bible, reading it yourself, so you can internalize it. So it's not just going to be some esoteric thing. It's going to be like, no, I remember this. I was just reading this last night. Huh, fancy that. Let me talk about it. That happens a lot more often than you think when you actually really get going on it, guys. So make sure you spread the good word, and the word is the way. This is the way. Remember, everybody, be the beacon out there. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.